So this video is going to take a little different approach towards keeping our spine healthy. Whereas before we were looking at getting the most movement that we can out of each segment, here we're looking to minimize as much movement as we can as we look towards moving our hips. Today, in this day and age, we live in what can be viewed as a very seat-centric world, meaning that we spend a lot of time sitting, and a consequence of that is poor hip function, loss of hip function, and in order to pick up that slack where the hip is lacking, we call on other parts, be it our knees, our backs, whatever, and we're looking to take care of that here. So we want to make sure that we can move our hips without always moving our spine, because it's probably not always necessary, and we just want to cover all of our bases and make sure that our body can do what we need it to. Okay, so we're going to use 3 tools here. One is we're going to be performing a hip car or a controlled articular rotation. If you're not familiar, it's just a controlled joint rotation through all of your range of motion. And I'll link a video to full body routine if you want to go through that. And then 2 other tools we're going to use are resistance band, as we used in the past video, and also something like a yoga block if you have it, or a ball. We're just going to place this on our lower back to give us feedback, so something you can help to balance on your back. Okay, so setup is going to be the same as usual, all fours, and we'll just go through using the different tools. So follow along and have fun. So this first bit here is just what I commonly see when people first start out doing hip cars, and that's a lot of lower back engagement. You'll see that when moving the hip, it's really easy to have the spine help out and achieve more range. And ultimately, that's not the goal if we're going to move just our hip. And there's a dog. So, what we want to do here to help keep our lower back out of the equation, we're again going to use a resistance band. And we're going to set up on all fours like we normally do. And I put that resistance band just around or above my sacrum. Think about a few inches above your tailbone. And then I'm keeping pressure into that band. I'm not necessarily rounding into it, but I am breathing towards it and trying not to let it pull me down, as then I go through my hip controlled articular rotation, concentrating on not letting that band or any other part of my spine move, and just rotating my hip through its range of motion. And this does make it more difficult. It also makes it more true hip motion as opposed to back. Okay, here we're just going to do the same thing, except now we're going to use a yoga block instead of the resistance band. So it may be tough to see, but I've just balanced the yoga block there on my lower back, right above my sacrum. And again, I'm going to perform a hip rotation. Going through all of the range, trying not to lose that balance of the block on my lower back.